What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So it looks like there's some unfortunate news when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6. Today we're going to go over pretty much everything you need to know just to keep you updated on what's happening with the marketing, what they've revealed so far, what insiders are saying, and all of that good stuff. If you find the video informative or helpful, don't forget to hit that like and sub button. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So right now, 145 days left until Grand Theft Auto 6 officially comes out. So if you're interested in the days and the actual number, 145 is when we will get access to the game. Now, the next thing is not only is PlayStation promoting Grand Theft Auto 6, but it looks like even Xbox is now working to promote it. So they're currently promoting it to everyone on the home screen when you first boot up your console. And it's like someone took a screenshot of their TV and it says here, Grand Theft Auto 6 experienced the biggest, most immersive evolution of the Grand Theft Auto series yet. Pre-order or close. So like they're really trying to compete against PlayStation, even though it's like sort of a losing battle, but they're still trying to get as much sales as they possibly could through the Xbox platform. And then also when you take a look at the PlayStation Store, it is currently the #1 best-selling game currently on PlayStation, and that is the Ultimate Edition. So not even the standard version, but the actual Ultimate Edition is #1. I don't even see the standard edition on the list at all, which is pretty hilarious, but that means that people are spending that $99.99 instead of getting the $80 version of this game. And when it actually comes down, because there's people that were pretty upset at the price of Grand Theft Auto 6, but someone did the math calculating with inflation compared to all of the other GTAs that released, and surprisingly, Grand Theft Auto 6 is actually one of the cheapest ones so far. So Grand Theft Auto 3 was in 2001 for $50, which translates with inflation now to $94.29. Vice City in 2002 was also $50. That translates to $92.42. And then San Andreas in 2004, it was $50 as well, translates to now $87.77. And then there was a price increase for Grand Theft Auto 4 in 2008, making it $60, and that translates to today's money of $93.60. Then Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2013, $60. That translates to today's $85.87. And then you have Grand Theft Auto 6 at $80. So it seems like it is a fair price when you take a look at that. So despite the higher launch price, GTA 6 actually costs less in real terms than every previous mainline GTA release that we've ever had. So if anyone tells you that the game is too expensive, just show them these numbers. Now, there's some big and unfortunate news when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6 because many people haven't pre-ordered the game yet because they're holding or waiting on a physical edition of the game. Now, when it came to Rockstar, they told us that at least for now, launch, there's going to be no physical games. And the fact is, if you do order a physical copy, it's going to be like the cover, but then inside the cover is going to be a digital code in which you're going to have to claim, and that way you'll have access to the game in that way. So there's no actual disc. Now, there's a few reasons why people believe and theorize that that is the case, mainly because if there is disc, then that means that people can get early access to the game. You're able to play it offline, and they're able to load up and play the game, and then hence leak it even before it launches. So for example, if a retailer or someone who handles distribution gets their hands on a copy, they could just go in, play it, and boom, they'll end up having gameplay leaks and things like that that'll be revealed well before the game officially launches. And so someone ended up actually making an article about this, and GTA Countdown said GTA 6's physical edition or version with the disc is reportedly coming in December of 2026. The physical version releasing in November will only include a download code to prevent leaks and spoilers. And then he linked the source, and it's like this Polish news outlet. And so they said here, there's a lot of talk these days about how GTA 6 will be sold into physical release for PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles. This situation has caused a huge stir in the gaming community because instead of a disc, the box will contain an activation code for PlayStation Store or Xbox Store. Our source, who was the first to predict problems with the physical release of GTA 6, has now uncovered further information. His name is Groxdari, confirms to PPI or PPE.pl that codes for physical versions of Rockstar will no longer be available for a maximum of several weeks after the game's release. So the idea is that maybe during Christmas, they're probably going to turn it and make it physical. And basically, he said, in short, Grand Theft Auto 6 is to be sold with a code in the box only around the release, and then we'll receive normal box version of the game with a disc on which you will find data allowing us to run GTA 6 without assigning a key access to our account on PlayStation or Xbox. And according to his initial leak, the disc edition is expected to release in December of 2026, just before the holidays. This would be a great way to maximize profits, as many parents will be rushing to stores to buy themselves a Christmas present. Now here's the thing. This was insider information, nothing officially confirmed by Rockstar, and so you have to take it with a grain of salt. But then we ended up getting a follow-up here. I guess got confirmations that it's actually not going to be happening, and that is not the case. Because then GTA 6 Countdown ended up actually quoting this, and he said right here, update, according to an internal source, Rockstar has no plans for a disc version of GTA 6, not at launch and not months after. Now, the craziest part is that information about the physical disc wasn't even just based on that insider, but someone ended up messaging Rockstar support, and they replied and told them you'll be able to acquire a physical copy during the following months, even though it's currently digital only. And it looks like, I guess, the Rockstar employee or whoever the support was, they were not accurate because that information was not true. And so they said here, the Hollywood Reporter confirmed the authenticity of the email as coming from Rockstar. They said the language is being misinterpreted by a hopeful internet. A source with knowledge of the plans told THR, at this point in time, there are no plans. So zero plans for Grand Theft Auto 6 disc to be printed, not at launch and not months after. The email's use of phrase physical copy there refers to the same physical version, which is the code in the case. So basically the case and then the code within it, that's what they consider physical. Announced on Wednesday, and its following month's language is a clunky reference to the months following Wednesday's announcement, and the source said not for months following the November 19th initial release. So players will not have access to the disc, and what this means is that you're gonna need to get it digitally. And I know there's some people out there that would have preferred it on disc because you get to save some massive file sizes, the download isn't gonna be as big, and you can also play it offline, and it just seems like they're straying away from that path and they're not gonna do that. And in my opinion, it is bad news, because usually having options is never a bad thing. Whether if you want to get it physically, you could go ahead and do that. If you'd rather get it digitally, you have the option to go ahead and do that. And usually when it came to physical orders, you'd always get things alongside it. So you'd get, like, say, like a collector's edition box or like a steel book, something along those lines. You usually see it with a lot of games, but it's the fact that they're not doing that this time around. They haven't even announced the collector's edition when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6. So yeah, that's what we know so far. That's the unfortunate news here. For those of you guys who are looking forward to a physical copy, unfortunately, that's not going to work. You're going to need to figure out some space, delete some older games, because it's probably going to be a very, very massive file size. If Call of Duty is well over 100 to 200 gigabytes, I can't imagine what Grand Theft Auto 6's file sizes are going to be looking like. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to let you guys know this unfortunate news and what's currently going on with it. So if anybody tells you that there are going to be physical copies, don't believe them until Rockstar officially confirms it. But at the moment, they have not announced anything at all. But thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.